case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In a landmark case, Michigan v. U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, heard in 2000 by the United States Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit, the EPA's authority to enforce the 8-hour ozone standard and its implementation into the State Implementation Plan (SIP) call was put to the test. At the heart of the conflict was the interpretation of Section 110(a)(2)(d)(i) of the Clean Air Act, which requires states to draft plans to prevent pollution from seeping across state lines. Part of the dispute hinged on whether the EPA should have the authority to consider the cost of reducing contaminants when enforcing the law. The initial lawsuit was launched by industry labor petitioners who challenged the EPA's power and decision-making processes. Their grievances stretched to a variety of aspects of EPA's rulings, including the need for a transport commission, the EPA's determination of significant ozone contribution, the calculated costs of NOx reduction, and the uniform control scheme. The lower court decided in favor of the EPA's method to calculate early reduction credits and the use of a 15% multiplier for emissions from low-mass emission units. However, it found errors relating to the inclusion of Wisconsin in the SIP call and the use of total emissions from Missouri and Georgia for NOx budgets. The court ruled that these decisions had been reached through an unconstitutional delegation of legislative power. Despite the sent-back case, the court dismissed most of the industry labor petitioners' appeals. The most notable exceptions were the decisions related to Wisconsin, Missouri, and Georgia. In these instances, the court agreed with the petitioners, concluding that the EPA's redefinition of electric generating units, EGUs, and the related changes were arbitrary and capricious. As such, these rulings were remanded to the EPA for further evaluation. In the end, the court upheld the EPA's restriction on the number of early reduction credits available to electric utilities and the requirement of a 15% multiplier for low-mass emission units. The court recognized the variability of stack test results depending on atmospheric conditions, deeming these decisions on the part of the EPA to be reasonable. Still, the outcome of this case highlighted the complexity and the ongoing dispute over the EPA's role in controlling interstate air pollution.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.